The best in news updates?
Yeah, man.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now listen. News on the hour. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. For news on the hour.
Good evening and welcome to Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawala Makinde. United States Vice President Kamala Harris and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres have expressed strong support for Nigeria's efforts towards the restoration of constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. In separate telephone conversations with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday evening in Abuja, according to a statement by the president's spokesperson Dele Alake on Friday. The U.S. Vice President Harris also confirmed the conversation with the Nigerian leader in a post on Twitter on Friday. She said she spoke with President Tinubu of Nigeria about the strong ties between the Nigerian and American people and their shared work on global and regional issues, from defending democracy in West Africa and the Sahel to promoting digital inclusion and economic growth. According to the Nigerian presidency statement, the two leaders also commended Tinubu, who is also the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, for spearheading the peace moves. In her telephone conversation with President Tinubu at the instance of the U.S. authorities, Harris was said to have praised the reform initiatives of the federal government, urging the country to continue in that direction. Alake stated that while pledging to support democracy in Africa, including the West African sub-region, Harris also said the U.S. would assist Nigeria in the battle against terrorism. He said the U.S. Vice President spoke on the need for Africa, including Nigeria, to embrace energy transitions. In his response, President Tinubu thanked Vice President Harris for the telephone call and her words of encouragement on efforts taken so far on the economy, but added that the developments in the Niger Republic dampen spirits. Some senators have reacted to the ministerial nominees by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The lawmakers say they are looking forward to the commencement of screening in the Red Chamber.
The 28 names we received, we expected more than 28 because we have 36 states, and every state should have a nominee by the constitutional requirements. But they just sent 28, and we're expecting more names. And from the 28 names we've received, we are pleased with some of the names we have seen.
This time around, senators examine characters, the personalities, the experiences, backgrounds of every nominee.
The Federal Capital Territory Commissioner of Police, Haruna Garuba, has lamented that some undisclosed persons dropped the command's emergency numbers with loan shark companies to obtain loans. He also said non-state actors have also been engaging the emergency lines. The CP, however, warned those behind the acts to desist, saying that the police would ensure they are brought to book. Garuba stated this in a statement by the command spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, on Friday. Health professionals have advocated the strengthening of healthcare systems in Nigeria to improve early detection and diagnosis of hepatitis in the country. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Olufunsho Adebi, made the call at the commemoration of the World 2023 Hepatitis Day in Abuja. Adebi, represented by the Director of Public Health in the ministry, Dr. Emo Alex Oko, said Nigeria must prioritize the accessibility and affordability of treatment options so that viral hepatitis should not be a death sentence due to financial constraint. Dr. Alex Oko also called on WHO member states, the private sector, and other stakeholders to invest resources in fighting viral hepatitis, which has become a major public health threat.
It is also very important to break the silence and eliminate the stigma surrounding viral hepatitis. So we must ensure an environment of empathy, understanding, and support for individuals living with the disease. By eradicating discrimination and creating a safe space for open dialogue, we encourage more people to come forward for testing, seek treatment, and lead fulfilling lives. We must invest in research and innovation. Science is constantly advancing, and by supporting research in hepatitis, we can discover better treatment options, improve diagnostics, and ultimately work towards finding a cure for hepatitis B virus.
In foreign news, General Abdurrahmani Tchiani is the new leader of Niger following a military takeover. This was reported by state television on Friday. The chief of the Presidential Guard has been named president of the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, a statement said, with elected President Mahmoud Bazoum detained by army purchase since Wednesday morning. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has pleaded for immediate radical action on climate change, saying that record-shattering July temperatures show that the Earth has passed from a warming phase into an era of global boiling. Speaking in New York, the Secretary General described the intense heat across the Northern Hemisphere as a cruel summer. In the face of tragic consequences, he repeated his call for swift and far-reaching action, taking aim once again at the fossil fuel sector.
Change is here, it is terrifying, and it is just the beginning. The era of global warming has ended, the era of global boiling has arrived. The air is unbreathable, the heat is unbearable, and the level of fossil fuel profits and climate inaction is unacceptable. Leaders must lead. No more hesitancy, no more excuses, no more waiting for the others to move first. There is simply no more time for that. It is still possible to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius and avoid the very worst of climate change, but only with dramatic, immediate climate action.
In sports, the head of Russia's Olympic Committee on Friday accused the International Olympic Committee of picking sides after it urged sports federations to show sensitivity when handling Ukrainian athletes. Stanislav Porizkov said on Telegram that the statement in question indicates that the IOC determined for itself and picked a side in the political conflict and began to act in the interest of this side. On Thursday, Ukrainian fencer Olha Kalam was disqualified at the World Fencing Championships in Milan after refusing to shake the hand of her beaten Russian opponent Anna Smirnova. The rules of the International Fencing Federation state that the two fencers must shake hands. Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has revealed that his halftime team talk with his players was all the inspiration they needed to beat co-host Australia in their second Group B game of the 2023 Women's World Cup at Lang Park, Brisbane on Thursday. The 9-time African champions stunned Australia 3-2 in an explosive and tension-filled clash in Brisbane. Uchenna Kanu's strike in the first half additional time cancelled out Emily Van Egmont's opener minutes earlier, before Osinachi Ohale doubled Nigeria's lead after the break in the 65th minute. 5-time CAF Women's Player of the Year, Asisat Osuala, slotted in the third for the Falcons in the 72nd minute, which proved to be the winner despite Alana Kennedy's extra time goal in the 100th minute.
after the match.
Yeah, I think they're still singing and dancing right now. I can't get in there and get a word in edgewise. Obviously an amazing feeling, and I'm so proud of these players because so many people didn't believe. So many didn't believe in me, didn't believe in the team. The one thing that we have done is we've talked about believing in each other, and the strength of our success is going to be in the unity of the team. And to think that we've come in here and gotten two results out of two top teams in the world says a lot to not only our ability, but to just the heart and the competitive desire that the team has. So it was great. I told them after the match, that keep believing, right? Keep believing in yourself, because great things happen for teams when you really fight, for each other. It's not always sometimes the best talent that wins. Sometimes it's the best team, the team that works best together. And we're enjoying the journey. We know there's still work to do. So we'll enjoy it tonight and get our recovery going tomorrow, because it was a very, very taxing game on us physically. And then we'll do our best to get ready for another very good opponent with Ireland.
South Africa were on course to pick up a first-ever Women's World Cup victory in a pulsating encounter in Dunedin, but in the end they had to settle for their first point after Argentina scored twice within 5 second-half minutes. Knowing defeat would take Argentina to the brink of elimination, they threw everything at Desiree Ellis' side in the second half and were rewarded for their endeavor. Substitute Romina Nunes headed in Argentina's second goal after a superb half volley from Sophia Braun had stunned South Africa. And that has been Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawola Makinde. Good evening.